2023. Welcome everyone. It's State of the State on this channel where we bring issues to the forum discussion about the development of the Nigerian state, of course, including every other formations of this state. I am Sunday Kolawole. Today we'll be starting a conversation with an assessment of the 8-year tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari. And today our focus will centrally be on the very many sectors of the Nigerian economy, security, and many other things that make up the Nigerian state. With me this morning on the program are two gentlemen. Do I call you veteran journalist or very senior journalist now? It's nice to have you on the program.
You have to define
what the veteran really means to me.
But my name is simply Buttercup.
Of course, it's nice to have you on the program. A political analyst is also with me. It's nice to have you again. Of course, we worked together last week too. Now, we will be looking critically at the 8-year Buhari administration. And what concerns many Nigerians, if you ask me, is the state of security of lives and property in the Nigerian state. I'd like us to start from that arena. 8 years down the line, and I'd like to start from you, Mr. Olatubosawe. What would you say has been your personal experience, as it were? Are you satisfied with the 8-year tenure of the Buhari administration so far, talking security?
Objectively, I would not say I'm satisfied because he had the will. The president, he had the will, but unfortunately, perhaps the wherewithal or the necessary tool needed were not really in place to have made it happen. Because I know states like Benue, Plateau will not forget this administration in a hurry as regards the level of massacre that was almost degenerating into genocide on the part of the cities, and some other states too had a good share of this. So in one word, as regards security, it was the performance base was actually very, very low.
Well, based on expectation, many Nigerians, and also the background of President Muhammadu Buhari as a retired general in the military, hopes were high that the security challenges with every Nigeria prior to 2015 will be a thing of the past. Does it seem like their hopes and aspirations really came to a reality 8 years down the line?
I think my colleague was just being miserly with the restriction of things in security. In Ondo State here, a first-class monarch was killed by gunmen along Obo Ikare Road. A staff of Obo Poly was kidnapped and killed. Many prominent Ondo State individuals were kidnapped, and that was what brought about the issue of it was the failure on the part of government, of the federal government, that brought about the issue of state security outfit. Although it has always been there that people should talking about let's have state police, but it became strident when we start having issues with security of lives and property. If you look at how many people were killed in these 8 years, you'll be talking of thousands. Thousands. And talking about Benue, and we are not talking of Sokoto, we are not talking of Katsina, we are talking of in the entire northwest. Before it was northeast that we had incident of insurgency, but we graduated from insurgency to banditry.
But when I give you this figure, in the Vanguard of May the 20th, on the front page you have this story: insecurity, 63,111 killed in Buhari's 8 years, 27,311 persons killed in the president's first term, and 35,800 killed between 2019 and May 2023. I did not feel
look at really if somebody in the governorship election, if somebody has 63,000 votes, to meet that figure will be high. Are you getting it? That means that figure is huge, extremely huge. We are not talking of unreported cases. They are talking of reported cases. Okay. So when you are looking at it, you know that the government has not, the federal government has not really done well.
What did it fail to do?
One, it has politicized security. When they told the federal government, please declare these people as terrorist organization, did they do it? No. Now, who are those people heading this, what do you call it, the security apparatus of the government? The IGP, the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff, the chief of naval staff, and air force. Who are those people? Which ethnic group did they come from?
Should that really be a matter for concern if indeed there is what we call professionalism in the handling of security?
I'm a journalist. If I have an issue and you is involved, I will start to slant. I start to look at it. I start to rationalize it. Are you getting it now? When people who were committing this heinous crime are supposedly come from
a particular place,
and we are putting those people, we are not even mixing them, then you know that it's like it's an official policy to protect some people. Here, it was during this period that the daughter of Afenifere leader, Fashionati, Funke Olakuri, was killed. Chief Olufayaraye was kidnapped. It was this period. So what are you talking about? So when you look at it, we are talking of prominent Nigerians. We are not talking about those people who are killed in their houses, those who are on the road and were shot. Recently, some people in those states were traveling. They shot at them. God save some of them. They are labor leaders. So when you are talking about insecurity in education, if I started to write home about.
Well then, Mr. Away, apart from what Awatuweko has talked about, lopsidedness in the appointment of security chiefs, what other thing did you think contributed to the abysmal performance in the security arena under the 8-year Buhari administration?
Yeah, I want to say that the case of infrastructure on the part of the military apparatus, because we discovered that though it's the general, it's fast becoming a general thing in Nigeria, that in a situation that now not having the much needed commitment to the cause of particular designation that individual have been made to answer. Because unlike the military, what was expected, there are so many compromises that were mentioned. In the case of people alleged that they have been compromised on as regard the improvements into the military, whereas we have some infraction of these individuals into the military. There's one situation definitely, because at the point in time, even the system was very scared. Because the situation of at least a former chief defense staff was killed. I think I've forgotten the Air Force. Bade lost his life. He was coming from his home. He was killed. Then the life of each and every ordinary citizen now become a prey in the hands of this individual. So the compromise in the recruitment, then in the area of the military artillery needed to get this thing done. So that fallout, it was a fallout of the past administration, which I would not want to mention. But you discover that in a situation that the much needed.
Why would you not want to mention it? If because even the current administration that is winding up was also depositing, using so much energy on that matter. Now, if there was a problem with the previous administration, should the current one not correct that problem?
Of course, it should
not
be.
It has 8 years.
Yes, it should not be a style. I would not want a situation where a government has been saddled with responsibility and just all you just need to is to pass box, to start shifting blame. It shouldn't be a style. You take the bull by the horn. Because you were elected, you canvassed for vote, and I remember Mr. President at his inauguration said that the military should relocate to Maiduguri. Then everybody were so expectant, believing so well. Then I wouldn't have known where the idea come from. Perhaps it was the president of his own part that made the compromise.
Let me just brief you in something. You remember that there was a time they told the told Mr. President that these people directed to go to their.
Oh, of course.
What did he say? He said he was not aware that those people that you gave instruction to did not report to the zone you told them to. So what are you talking about? So we have lackluster performance on the part of the president on the issue of security. People, like you said, people are expectant that yes, as a general in the army who had fought war, not just a war general that sat in the office, a general that fought war that at least from a region that is being bedeviled by this that yes, he would take the bull by the horn, but when we expected it, what happened?
Well, just recently, the armed forces organized a dinner in honor of President Muhammadu Buhari, and he did say something that, look, when I'm done with this, he was at that time saying he has just 6 days to go. That after the 6 days, he will stay as far away as possible from Abuja, and that he has been good to his neighbor. That Niger people would defend him. Do you think that is statesmanly?
Not at all. Quite presidential. Quite some presidential of the president to have said that, because it calls for so many suspicion. Perhaps what could have been his link to the Nigerian. And just discover ordinarily is a way of looking for an escape. If you have done so well, then you should be able to come back and offer service. It's a statement. You should be able to act in a situation, and maybe as a consultant, come around to the incoming president, not to the of just trying to abscond. The 8 years should have been he knows where the shoe really pitches.
Just about it, do you believe that it's a means of absconding?
See, let me just say one thing. Buhari left government in 1984. I was in Form 4. And he came back to government in 2015. Did you hear him attending Federal Executive Council meeting throughout the period? Did you write any book? How has he developed himself? Just that he was contesting until he eventually got what he wanted. So what we are saying is that he the type of person that probably is interested in his coup. For the period he contested, he was always contesting from Katsina. So if he leaves now, he will not attend any federal executive council. I mean, state council meeting. He will not even attend it again. So he won't have any advice to offer.
Are you preempting?
No, because since 1994 to 2015, did he attend? No. He said he was busy mending his. Just finish and go back to his area and not even mind what is going on in Nigeria. Maybe he will not even read newspapers and will not mind what is actually going on.
Proponents of the current administration, the 8 years of Buhari, they are of the view that in all of the things that people have termed gloom and doom, that there are also lights of positivity. For instance, they've talked about economic renaissance and infrastructure development. To what extent do you agree with that? Let me start from you.
Well, to a very great extent, I think he tried as regards, because I know this theory of diversification is more prominent in this administration, especially the non-oil sector, and which Nigeria discovered from record been able to do. There have been improvement as regards our non-oil sector.
I think you should be more specific. Are you talking about the ban on importation of food?
Yes.
What advantage has that been to the Nigerian people?
Oh, that's really in itself sent some people back to the land. Because ordinarily we should know the greatness of Nigeria so much like it has ever been, lies so much in agriculture. And just what we are giving it. Look at the tomato revolution. The tomato revolution, unlike in the south west where people will look up to the northern part for tomato. Now you have people having this kind of tomato revolution around it, even here in Ondo State. And look at this other one, the idea of the ban on before. I read at the time that what they need to is to just bring in concentrate, tomato concentrate, all this sachet, tomato concentrate to Nigeria. They packed it, and that's what they offer us. So when the ban was placed, I read it. So especially the company, they reacted that no, this would be, and some of these things you don't discover is being politicized unnecessarily. So the non-net sector, you discover the cashew nut and some other things now that really helped us, and cocoa in itself too, because these are the things that have been abandoned as a result of the oil wells, where each and every oil person will run to Abuja to get our own chunk of it, and when you get it, you let go of every other thing that has been done.
How well has that contributed to economic development?
Well, of course it will do, because it has helped.
It will do or it has?
It has done, because it has helped in the area of handling of the foreign exchange. Definitely it has been safe, because don't forget Buhari has done so well in the area of shoring up our foreign reserve.
Yes. Even in the face of the 77 trillion naira debt.
Yes, definitely.
How well has that been shore up
our foreign reserve?
Our foreign reserve.
Until it was the virus again, the Nigeria virus entered into it.
Which virus?
The virus of this corruption, wherein that it's a system. Corruption in Nigeria has become almost so endemic.
You are taking me to yet another level, but then will we get there? Okay. Because you're taking us there.
Okay.
You said the Buhari administration has done so well, in your words,
yes,
in shoring up
the foreign reserve.
And I'm asking you that, is that in the face of the 77 trillion naira debt that Nigeria is currently in? And you're saying it's the Nigerian virus. How?
Yes, I just told you. Corruption in Nigeria.
Under whose supervision?
Corruption in Nigeria is almost endemic. And that is why he said it, that he will fight corruption until corruption itself almost consumed him. And that is why most of the things we have to say today is to be as a kind of a tutorial for the incoming administration, so that they will not fall into the same pit. Because, like I always, in my opinion, that the cartel, no, there are individuals who are assumed to have owned Nigeria, and they still parade themselves as such, with such disposition. So anybody coming on board now must be able to tame the monsters. The monsters, they've grown so well that they consume everything. They consume everything, and they have positioned themselves in the strategic different strategic area in Nigeria. The oil, the agriculture, you hear of fertilizer.
I'll come back to you, okay, because you've talked about this virus, and indeed we must see if you can fumigate this arena to get the virus out,
yes,
if that's in our power. Now, Papa Tokwe, do you really agree with him that shoring up the foreign reserves in the midst of all of these 77 trillion naira, that's well, it's even going beyond that already, but that's still the record now as at the last time. So is this really adding up?
Seriously speaking, it's funny. And I would say there's difference between growth and development. He said Nigeria has grown its foreign reserve. What did he meet? What is it now? The foreign reserve has been thoroughly depleted.
You do not agree with him?
No, obviously it's a record thing. It's not a matter of rocket science. It's something that is there. You can Google it. How much did he meet? How much is it now? So I think we have less than one. I don't know how much we have as foreign reserve now, but that is not even it. Let us look at what do we call it? Our economy that we are talking about. Before, how much was Nigeria naira to dollar? Now, how much is it now? Are you getting it now? If you say we are having foreign reserve should be consequence upon what we have, of value of naira. So we have the value of naira is almost like a lira as it used to be in those days.
I think I should also ask you on what empirical evidence or facts are you basing your assertion that we've been able to grow our foreign reserve?
Yes.
If by record, as of January 2023, Nigerian external reserves fell by $63.62 million.
So we have no.
I think he maybe has some facts.
Okay, maybe yes.
Before the end of the Jonathan administration, I think the foreign reserve was almost as 27
$33 billion.
So at the time it was growing. You know, I mentioned until the endemic virus came into it, and that's why you discover that when the Buhari administration came on board, they call it the body language. Things were being done, were going gradually growing. You know, at the point in time, the first.
So what happened to the body language?
At first, it could have lost grip, and that was why we don't, it still have to take responsibility for this.
So, in all, you agree that your assertion that Nigerian external reserves shot up is not really standing on anything?
No, it shot up, but at a point, the virus came in, and it's depleted.
We are talking of what is applicable now.
Very well.
Not what at the time.
No, what is applicable now, what he has done earlier, we should marry it. It could not have been applicable now if he has not started. At the point, it's on record that it was growing periodically until the normal, the monsters overwhelmed it and it became depleted.
Now, this issue is taking us to what was the triangle promise of the Buhari administration right from the campaign period. It will fight corruption. Was actually the very first thing.
Yeah.
It will also deal with insecurity and then economic development.
Yeah.
In this three-pronged approach, can we really say that let's be concerned very well with the anti-corruption? Because he said a virus. That virus, corruption.
You see,
did it really die? Or was it even combated?
Let me just say something. Sometimes when we read newspapers and we listen to news, I start wondering that is it the government that actually promised to fight corruption? The money, Osborne Tower, the money there, the 13 billion was found. Yes, Osborne, yes. The investigation is dead. Have we heard anything about it? Till now. Which government? When was it? Was it not during this government? The various money being funded in airports, as if when we were young and we see 10 naira on the floor. Are you getting it now? When you look at it, we have seen people being jailed, government appointees being jailed for corruption. So when we are looking at it, we cannot say actually that it is, if you look at our system, our legal system tackling corruption, it's got that many of the cases have been thrown out because they are subverting it. So the corruption that he has mentioned is really well and alive, and it's even sitting pretty well on the affairs of the nation.
What then went wrong? Let me just take your mind back a bit. We have not one, not two anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria. But
we have
basically
we have EFCC. We have ICPC.
Let's just stay basically with.
We have code of conduct and all the rest.
Very well, but let's stay with just these two.
Okay.
EFCC and ICPC.
Yes.
Now, when you now look basically at the EFCC, which many Nigerians will tell you is the arrowhead when it comes to fighting corruption.
Yes.
Look at the Magbu case, and then all of the corruption cases that were said or were alleged against him. Yes. Now that's necessary is kick out.
Now
you have power, and then there are also issues.
We have the wife of Kogi governor and EFCC chair. They arrested the wife of the governor, who obviously does not enjoy immunity. The governor chose his immunity to defend his. So when we look at it, it's like that if those in authority are the people perpetrating corruption, they will capacitate. No matter how powerful that anti-corruption agency is, they will capacitate it, and that's what they are trying to do. They are trying to impugn the character of that young man, Bauer.
Are you holding brief for him?
No.
There are also issues?
Look at it.
What if there are actually issues on his own neck?
Yes, if there are issues, he has no immunity. But when you look at those who are fighting him, they are people that you know that they have like we said, that once you are fighting corruption, you expect corruption to fight back.
Without fire, they say there's no smoke.
Exactly.
If there was nothing,
why would
Matawale be so bold to come out and say somebody collected $2 million or requested $2 million?
Well,
you understand what I'm saying?
Listen, you have said that nobody's holding brief for
very
power.
Very well.
Nobody's holding brief for power, and power has its own channel of communication, and which he has actually debunked that the man should come up with his evidence if he actually demanded or he actually given. Are you getting it now? So, giving and taking of bribe is a crime in Nigeria. Either you give or you take. It's a crime. So, if you are saying somebody demanded, what did you do? Did you report him to the appropriate quarters? Did he? So, we are not going to hold brief from there. What I'm saying is that once somebody is in government and he knows that the long hand of law will catch up with him, he will throw all kind of jibes, all kind of want to make himself that it's because he's fighting anti-corruption.
Like Olatumas always said the other time, it's just like we're bringing out the past questions for the income administration to study and be able to know what to do. But like, if indeed we are doing that, can we say that anti-corruption agencies are currently weak? Or can we say that they were deliberately made to appear so weak? Or is it a question of the fact that the 8-year administration of Buhari did not do anything as far as fighting corruption?
In Nigeria, we have weak institutions and strong characters. Whereas we're supposed to have strong institutions, and no matter who comes in, there will meet the.
We have no choice than to do the right thing. But
in Nigeria, it's only when you have strong person that you see that agency performing. It is time for the incoming government to look at it, that let us have strong institutions. Let the judiciary be so strong that if you not mind anybody, let the anti-corruption agencies be so strong that they will even probe the government. You know that in the US or UK or these advanced countries that we are talking about, the president will not try to misbehave because he knows that these agencies will actually probe him. Look at what happened to Biden. He was being probed. Bill Clinton was being probed by the Attorney General of US. So we have, if we have strong institutions, then there won't be need for. If Sunday Kolawole today is made the chairman of EFCC, once there is a template for him to function, he will function. But if you just have a strong individual, have manning offices, once that individual is removed, like Dibadu, once Dibadu was removed as EFCC chairman, the agency fumbled. So we need to have strong institutions in all critical areas.
It won't be a one-man show.
It won't be a one-man show.
Now, in 2012, January 1 specifically, and that was the beginning of the debate on first subsidy removal. You remember the Occupy Nigeria protests and how it went all over. Since then, when people saw the Jonathan administration that as wicked and all of those other things, now that was the beginning of the debate on subsidy removal to be or not to be. 2015 up until now, we've been talking about, yes, we remove subsidy, we are still paying subsidy and all of those other things. How well did the 8-year administration of Buhari handle this fuel subsidy issue?
Well, it's just like he met it. There hasn't been much improvement because subsidy in itself is confusing, because I think the people in authority can see it better, because it's fast becoming larger than the country itself, because at the land count it was 13 trillion that they expended on subsidy, and discover subsidizing for who? In the first instance for the citizen. They say what has been the gain, but expectedly it is they mentioned that when it is subsidized, the money given for subsidy will be used in some other sector for the well-being of an average Nigerian. But we discovered that it hasn't been. All we just hear is just a palliative somewhere. Wherein this individual, they don't even get the palliative. So as regards subsidy, the approach has been so dilly-dally that no one can really say specifically that this is the improvement that has occurred. But if you will permit me, as regard the issue of the anti-corruption agency, I think the place of independence can't. He who holds the tune, the paper who dictate it to. The singular fact that these individuals are being appointed by the executive goes a long way in affecting their operation. Because the situation,
no, they are not being appointed. They are
nominated. Yes.
So the National Assembly confirms. So
yes.
Even
when it is nominated.
What would make a difference?
Yes.
Some also said that it should be the prerogative of the National Assembly being a conclave of representative of the people. But what would make a difference? They also approve whoever has been nominated. So what would make a difference?
You know what in Nigeria Palace, what nomination entails. A lot of boardroom politics must have been done. You know, just like you mentioned that Ribadu was removed. I think this other woman, Waziri, she was removed as well. And that is to go a long way that checking the office of the Attorney General. The same thing that played out with Aduanka, played out with Adoke. Adoke now being transferred to the present man, Malami. So and in one word, like you
said,
you
feel that there's actually a problem from that arena
because
that must be looked into.
Of course.
If that will not also be transferred to the Tinubu administration.
Yes, because it has been recommended often that the office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice should be separated. So that definitely we can know if on the part of the Attorney General, this one, like in the other client, is almost being contested for. It's an independent office. People look up onto such individual for advocacy, to advocate their causes. But like this situation that is combined now, you only hear of it now that a particular case has been transferred, even from a state now to the Attorney General's office. And what you hear of it, look at, I think it was the issue of this vessel that was lost at the time. They were looking for it, all like the sudden, there was rumor that maybe perhaps the Minister of Justice must have done business with it. Nobody knows. But the basic problem is that the process of nomination too counts a lot. Because you discover that an individual that is not really qualified, the case of Ribadu, he said he was not qualified. Magu, he should have been this particular rank in the police force before such a person is recommended. But when people cut corner, and because if they want to come to equity, must come with clean hand. And that's the place of those who really nominate them. Are they being nominated to go and do the bidding of what have been done?
And it has come to what I said, that we need strong institutions.
Yes, I
not strong individuals. So whoever you now put there as the head, or nominated, or confirmed, will not
run with the template.
It will run with the template. So we are not having the template.
You see, many people would always want to tell you each time they talk the expectation from the incoming Tinubu administration. They would say that yes, it is in Lagos and all of that. Do you believe that the person of the president-elect will be able to do this you're recommending, having strong institutions that will be able to engender development in Nigerian states?
I think he should be able to do it. I'm not too sure, but I never lived in Lagos. And whatever is being said about him is what we read on the pages of the newspapers. So I am not really close to him. And you cannot use a template of a state to judge the
Elijah. Okay.
Let me just tell you, as a governor of a state, you are not dealing with the military. You are not the chief of, you are not what do you call it, commander-in-chief of armed forces. In this instance, you become the commander-in-chief of armed forces. As a governor of a state, you almost have the state assembly in your pockets. You are having your former colleagues in the Senate, those who were governors, even during the time you were governor, or somebody who has just served as governor coming to the Senate. So they are big men, big boys in their own rank. So you cannot just say you are putting them in your pockets. You can see what is going on, the shenanigans that is going on about who becomes the next leader of the national of the Senate. The ruling party says yes, it wanted somebody. The other people are saying yes, they have the rights to come. So you cannot. So what I'm saying in essence is that in ruling a state, it's not the same thing as being a president. It's a different Forget.
Now,
We are talking about.
sorry.
I don't want to
Okay.
forget. We are talking about subsidy removal. I think the president has the incoming president has said he is going to remove it, and everybody believes that this thing should be removed. For this money that we are saying is being misappropriated can go into the economy, because that subsidy is a cesspool of corruption.
Your point is well made. I think we should move on and now go into the issue of the inauguration of the president-elect. Now, May 29, you agree with me, was the Democracy Day before it was now moved to June 12. Now, there are also concerns whether or not this time, this will be the first time that will be indeed an inauguration since that declaration of moving Democracy Day to June 12. Whether or not that will be a public holiday on that day. Some say it should be the discretion of the federal government. Others are saying no, this is just the inauguration, let it just be a normal day. What do you think? Let me start from you.
Well, just like you mentioned that the president, the government the onus is on them to actually look at it in the right direction. But I want to suggest it will not be too much for us for people to stay glued to their television set on that particular day. Look at what is happening there. It's not too bad if you public holiday.
Irrespective of what it will do to
Yes. What it's by choice. It's not in a situation where things are being stereotyped.
Well, I think there's not going to be so much still to debate on that. But then, let's come to those states. In the week under review, you will agree with me that lots of things have been happening in the political arena in those states. And you find the cross-carpeting that's very, very common among politicians. One of the prominent PDP stalwarts in the states moved from that party to the ruling APC. Another one in the Akoko area also moved, and they said they moved with their senior supporters. Some, when you were here, they were saying there are hundreds, some say there are thousands. Is Nigeria moving to a cliff of one-party system from the way things are going?
When each time there's election, something surely happen. Assuming it was PDP or Labour Party that had won the election.
The presidential election?
Yes, you have seen people moving from the ruling party now to the opposition that has won the election. We saw it happened in 2015. When those people paraded themselves as leaders of APC in those states who are in PDP then. Their names are numerous. You know them. I don't need to mention their name. They are now holding one position or the other in APC. Those who were in APC then felt disenchanted and have moved away also from the party. And some people have remained in that party for years. So